The following program is produced in conjunction with Madison County Schools and Time Warner Cable. "24 hours, 7 days a week, 24/7, MadisonCountySchoolSports.com. Thanks to our great sponsors: State Farm Insurance, Jerry Goble in Richmond, Luxury Pet Service in Richmond, Renfro's Paint and Collision in Richmond and Berea, Eastside Community Church, Richmond, Premier Home Care and Premier Rehab, Guardian Bank, Hopper's Jewelry, Richmond, Davenport Custom Guitars, Richmond, WKYT.com, Berea Online, Richmond Tourism, and the Richmond Chamber of Commerce. Davenport Custom Guitars. Get them to build you a great custom Telecaster or Stratocaster. Davenport Custom Guitars at 807 East Main Street, right here in Richmond. Go where the professionals go. Davenport Custom Guitars. Hey everybody, be a friend of Madison County School Sports Television on Facebook. MCS TV on Facebook. Log on and like us now. Have you suffered an injury? Are you playing with pain that prevents you from playing your best? Let the local team of professionals help you get back on the playing field. Our team consists of physical therapists with over 10 years of experience treating sports injuries. Many times an injury on the field or court occurs without having control of the situation. One of the most important decisions after an injury is to decide where to complete your rehabilitation. The therapists at Premier Rehab have worked with professional athletes from the NFL and Major League Baseball. So take control of your injury and choose Premier Rehab. At Premier Rehab, you will gain the advantage over your competition. Take the home field advantage and team up with Premier Rehab. You're watching Your School Sports on Madison County School Sports Television. You're watching Your School Sports on Madison County School Sports Television. Sign up now for the Madison Southern High School Football first ever Chase for the Championship 5K run, walk, and 1 mile fun walk, Saturday, June 1st. For more information, go to MadisonSouthernFootball.com or visit Active.com. Sign up now.
All right, welcome everybody to your School Sports. We're on the campus of Madison Southern High School in the nice weight room facility here at Madison Southern, talking with Coach John Clark about the upcoming 2013 football season. Again, we are on Madison County School Sports Television, and Coach Clark, welcome to our first show of the year.
Thanks, glad you guys come down in the spring.
Appreciate it. We're glad to have some decent weather to get out there. Now, Coach Clark, entering your third season here at Madison Southern, of course competing in Class 5A, District 7, last year coming off a 7-5 record. Won your first playoff game last year, so a pretty relatively successful season. Let's go ahead and start in where you feel things are headed at this time.
Well, we feel really good. We're 7 practices into spring ball. During spring practice right now, you're allowed 10 practices, so we're 7 into that, and we've had upwards of 58 kids out at practice right now. So that's current freshmen through juniors.
Okay.
So that doesn't even include the incoming freshmen, which there's going to be about 30 of them as well. So our numbers are staying, from 80 to 90 kids right now, and feel really good about where we are coming off of last season's success.
Good. Now you mentioned spring practice. Of course, the old guy, that you hear that in college. Is that relatively new to the high school game right now?
Well, they've had it since I've been in Kentucky. Going to my 3rd year here. I don't know how long it's been going on here. Not every state allows it. Some states allow spring practice, but you're not allowed to wear pads. Kentucky, you're allowed 3 weeks of 10 practices. You have 3 weeks to get them in. We tend to go every other day or whatnot. We space it out to watch a lot of film and really teach the kids what we're doing. And we tend to be in pads probably more than most teams are during spring because of our numbers. We do quite a few scrimmages and whatnot as well.
Great. And I think we've mentioned we do have a spring game. We're going to talk to us about that next Friday night.
Yeah, Friday night, May 3rd, we'll have an inter-squad spring game here at school at 7:30. Invite everybody to come out to that spring game. This is our 3rd one. It's a really good time. But we'll put on pads and jerseys and strap it up and get after each other a little bit. As
a former player in another sport, I know anytime you have that, like is that how you can kind of have some fun, bring some excitement to the program, get the kids fired up?
Absolutely. I mean, that'll be the last time they put on pads until fall camp starts. So, and it very much we make it have a game atmosphere to it. We had a pretty good crowd for it last year as well. So it's a fun thing to do at the conclusion of spring ball.
Great, that sounds good. Now, as you're going into the program, obviously a great facility we're looking at here with the weight room here, and I think you have another facility in another part of the campus. Talk about your weight program, where that how that can help, and rather than just getting in here and throwing the stuff around.
Yeah, we put a huge emphasis on our weight program. We've been very fortunate. My brother, who was previously our strength coach, he's no longer with us. He's working with the UK's high performance program now at Kentucky. But we've got a very thorough and developed fitness program as far as strength training, speed development, and we do a lot with the leadership development and whatnot as well. We do a lot of periodization of practices and workouts throughout the year. Sometimes we go 3 days a week. Sometimes we go 4. Sometimes we go 5, depending on what cycle we're in throughout the year, and it's paid huge dividends for our team. We've had our first 2 guys squat over 500 pounds this winter in max outs. We have probably about 15 kids on our team that are power cleaning over 225 pounds at this point. When we came in, I think there were 2. So we're getting to where we're starting to become an upper tier team in strength and size as well. Our first year here on the offensive line, we averaged about 195 to 200 pounds across the front. This year we're going to be close to 250 across the front. So a lot of that has to do with the time put in the weight room.
So you're building the individual strength of a young man, as well as what they can do when they're out there and they're bigger the size and go. I recall, watching your show when you first came into Madison Southern. We watched on the Madison County School Sports programs. You talked about weight and how that was going to be something they needed to get better at, and so you're seeing the benefits of that coming up through?
Great example is, I think when we came in, our strongest bencher at the time was about one guy around 300 pounds. We have 3 of our current freshmen that are benching close to 300 pounds right now. By the time our freshmen, our seniors, where our numbers are going to be in the weight room, it will just be so significantly different than even where they are now. Our current seniors will have been in the weight room with us for 3 years. So our freshmen are the first group that will have been in the weight room with us for 4 years even. So that's what will really start to see the biggest difference. And it's not just the strength training either. I mean, if you just lift, you're going to get big and stiff. So we do a lot with yoga all year. We do a lot in our stretching and flexibility program as well to make sure that we stay injury free and stay limber and keep the speed up with the strength.
Good. That's awesome. Well, I tell you what, we talked about some of the strength things. We're going to take a break. We'll come back, go a little more about the expectations for the season, and we'll be back to Madison County School Sports Television.
"24 hours, 7 days a week, 24/7, MadisonCountySchoolSports.com. Thanks to our great sponsors: State Farm Insurance, Jerry Goble in Richmond, Luxury Pet Service in Richmond, Renfro's Paint and Collision in Richmond and Berea, Eastside Community Church, Richmond, Premier Home Care and Premier Rehab, Guardian Bank, Hopper's Jewelry, Richmond, Davenport Custom Guitars, Richmond, WKYT.com, Berea Online, Richmond Tourism, and the Richmond Chamber of Commerce. Sign up now for the Madison Southern High School Football first ever Chase for the Championship 5K run, walk, and 1 mile fun walk, Saturday, June 1st. For more information, go to MadisonSouthernFootball.com or visit Active.com. Sign up now. Alcohol is nothing to cheer about. Youth who drink are more likely to experience a higher risk of suicide and homicide. Stay in the game.
All right, welcome back again. We are with Coach John Clark, Madison Southern High School, their weight room. Welcome back. Your school sports on Madison County School Sports Television. We've talked a little bit about the spring practices and the spring game that's coming up and some of his items he's doing in the weight room. Coach, now we go into, of course, the spring will be off and you'll head into the season. Your keys and goals going into the big 2013 season. Where are you headed and where do you want to improve on and overall and individually or whatever you've got?
Sure. Well, we know the strength of our team coming in this season, which will surprise a lot of people, is actually going to be our defense. 2 years ago when we got here, the first season we were here, we started 9 sophomores on defense. That leads to about 9 seniors on the defensive side of the ball right now. So we know defensively we feel we can be one of the top defenses in the state. Last year we gave up, first year here we gave up 40 points a game defensively. Last year it was 19.3, I think. Our goal is under 14 a game this season. I think that's very realistic for us. We're very downhill defense. We're very fast defense. So we're really excited about where we're going to be. We feel it's a defense that can cause a lot of takeaways and turnovers as well. On the other side of the ball offensively, we did lose some guys. Spencer Stone was a key loss for us at tight end. We've got a young tight end in Andrew Miller that's going to be a sophomore that physically he's not quite where Spencer was when he left at this time, but he's going to get a chance to be a really good young player for us. So we're pretty excited about what he can do, and I don't think that'll be too big of a loss for us eventually. And then Adam Simpson was under center for us at quarterback last year. So we've had to make some adjustments in the offense that better suit our personnel in our offense as well. But we're doing that this spring, and the guys are picking up on it well. And Devontae Linville has moved back under center. Okay. Devontae played under center as a sophomore, and then we moved him to wide receiver. He is our best option for us at quarterback without a doubt right now. So, and he's made strides and progress as well this spring. Ultimately, offensively, our goals aren't going to change. The difference between 2011 and 12 season was turnovers. Turnover differential went from -20 to +20, and that's where it needs to be again this year. We need to create turnovers and not turn the ball over. Of all of Damian Harris's statistics, what a lot of people don't know is he did not lose one fumble in 159 carries last season.
That's amazing.
So that's pretty outstanding. We threw 1 interception last year, and it was the first game of the season. So you look at all the pass attempts and carries with a very low turnover ratio is what we need to focus on offensively again. And defensively, one of our biggest things that we've had to emphasize is teaching kids proper tackle technique. And we feel like we're finally to the point this spring to where we are making one-on-one tackles in open space more than we are not now, and that's where we needed to needed to get.
Great. Do you have a lot of kids that that go both ways on the ball as far as offense and defense? Do you try to limit that, or what is your?
Yeah, the last few years we've tried to limit that. We've had a few skill guys play both ways, but we try to two platoon the lines as best we can. With the number of kids we have, we should be able to do that. Now in spring, what we do is a little different. In spring, everybody has an offensive and a defensive position. And we do that every other day. One day is defensive day, one day is offensive emphasis day. We do that for a couple reasons. One, I think it helps their football IQ to play on both sides of the ball. And the other thing, it gives us a clue of where a kid best fits, because a kid is a freshman, might be a fullback, but maybe he turns into a D end over the next couple of years. It depends on, they change so much physically and emotionally that their positions can change as well. So in spring is where we really get a good idea. I think going into this fall, I think we will have more players playing both ways this fall than we have, just because we're to the point now where our guys have spent so much time in the weight room. Our starters are much more physically advanced than our younger kids are now. And that's where you want your program to be. So I do think some guys playing both ways are going to give us still make us better on the field than if we had a more fresh guy. We're really focusing on building depth right now too, because when you have more guys playing both ways, you need young guys that can come in and spell them occasionally, and I think that's going to be an advantage for us this year, is our depth.
And it also would probably this year and going into the next year, as you develop some guys, get some reps and things in there to do what they do. That's great. Some of those younger kids at this point, you talked about some of we've got some seniors we're going to talk to before the day is done. On some of those guys that are coming up, you foresee some positions to really help you coming up. You got a few guys that.
Yeah, we had a young man that played fullback for us last year on varsity, Logan Coomer, and Logan is back with us. He'll be a sophomore this year. All he's going to do is get stronger and smarter at the game. So we feel like he's going to end up being a very good asset for us at fullback, and he's a pretty daggone good linebacker as well. Andrew Miller was one we mentioned at tight end. We think he can help us as a sophomore right away. And then there's a couple guys, Jordan Thompson. Jordan Thompson is a young man. Hutch Howard is a young man that we feel are physically capable, just catching up to the game a little bit. But those are two young men that could probably help us. Zach Howard is a young man that tore his ACL playing JV last year and has returned from that in 6 months, and he looks pretty good in spring ball right now. He'll work with us as an offensive lineman. So we've got a few younger guys that we definitely feel can come in and help right away. And
you mentioned the senior Devontae Linfield going to be a quarterback for you this time.
Yep.
We've got a couple other seniors we're going to talk to today, Austin Sipple and Tyler Hagan. Now, some of those young guys, who are they going to be behind some of those older guys that you're looking for your experience and your leadership out of?
Well, we know on the defensive side of the ball, Tyler Hagan, the defense. He's the glue to it. I mean, this is a young man that's had 381 tackles in 3 years. He's the school's all-time leading tackler. He had 166 tackles and 8.5 sacks last season. We feel great about what he brings on the defensive side of the ball, but Tyler has really made strides as a running back this spring. Looks really good in there right now at tailback, and we feel with him and Damian Harris in our backfield gives us an option to do a lot of different things offensively that people have not seen us do before. And he's good with ball security as well. Aaron Sipple is a young man that's played 2 years of varsity now as a freshman and sophomore. Aaron is, he played, I think, his first year as a freshman at 150 pounds. Aaron's 200 pounds right now, moving very well. Honestly, he's probably the toughest guy we have to block in spring. We can't get to him. He's all over the football field. And Aaron was the guy that, a lot of people don't notice Aaron. When Tyler has 166 tackles, well, Aaron was right behind him with 131 as a sophomore last year. So he is another guy that'll be he's our inside backer. Tyler will play our will backer. With those two guys, we feel really good about, and Aaron plays a little bit of fullback as well. On the line, Derek Howard is a young man that's a 3-year starter, extremely strong. He's 265 pounds, 500-pound squatter, 275 power clean, 330 bench. I mean, he's a big, stout kid that moves well. So Derek's going to help us on the offensive side of the ball this year when that's not something he has necessarily done before. And then on the offensive line, you've got Austin Sipple returning at center. Austin's upwards of 245 pounds now, has been playing the position for 3 years, can really set the tone for what we're doing on the offensive side of the ball. On the edge, Clayton O'Neill returns at our left tackle. Clayton is up to he's 6'5", 250 pounds right now. Moves as well as anybody on our football team, extremely athletic for a big guy. So we have some pieces in there where we feel we've got some really strong returning starters to revolve the team around.
Great, great. Well, that's good. Well, we have the situation. Mr. Harris has had a pretty successful career, getting a lot of looks nationally at this point.
Sure.
And as I observe that, where, as far as dealing, he's kind of getting a lot of the ink. How are you going to handle that? The other teams are really going to come hard. The media is going to be out there. How are you going to put that together through the other teams? How they're going to come at him, keeping that up on your team to make sure everybody realizes it's not just a one-man game. Well, I think they're going to focus on him. But what's your thoughts on that?
I think what happened, when he was a freshman, it was easy to key on him because we weren't very good around him, and that was just the reality of the team. Now, you can key on him all you want. You still got to deal with Casey Dion on both sides of the ball. You still got to deal with everybody else that's on our football team. And we've got a couple other guys that are being recruited by Division I programs right now. Clayton O'Neill at tackle. Casey Dion is a safety for us, and he's playing running back as well. And Casey's been a 4-year starter who's an outstanding physical football player. So we're to a point now in our program where Damien's not the only guy on the field that can touch the rock and take it the distance, and it's going to be awful hard for teams to specifically focus on him, and especially when you're 250 across the front as well. I think he probably will be a little more confident behind that offensive line this year than we have been in the past as well.
I think that's great because you can't be a one-man game. I don't care what you are, and that's good you develop the other things. Well, we're going to take another break. Madison County School Sports Television will be back, talk a little bit with Coach Clark, and then we'll get the seniors in here to talk.
Hi, I'm David Sullivan. In the years traveling with ESPN and covering sports around the country, one of my biggest concerns was that my dogs were well cared for. Well, here at Luxury Pets, you can feel very comfortable your animals and pets are being cared for.
Well, thank you, David. Luxury Pet Services is the home for happy dogs.
Luxury Pet Services is located about 3 minutes from Richmond Center. Visit our website or Facebook us. Luxury Pet Services, the home for happy dogs.
Want sports cards and memorabilia? The best little card shop in Richmond.
Hey everybody, I'm Jerry Goebel, local State Farm Insurance agent in Richmond, Kentucky, and a proud supporter of Madison County High School sports. Stop in and see us and get your discount double check.
Sign up now for the Madison Southern High School Football first ever Chase for the Championship 5K run, walk, and 1 mile fun walk, Saturday, June 1st. For more information, go to MadisonSouthernFootball.com or visit Active.com. Sign up now. Alcohol kills a career. Alcohol is the leading cause of death among youth. Stay in the game.
All right, guys, we are back. Madison Southern High School. We're with Coach Clark, Madison County School Sports Television. We've kind of talked a little bit about some guys coming back, upcoming, everybody kind of getting fired up, ready to go. 2013 season, let's get a little kind of outlay who you got coming into play, who you're looking forward to playing, and what's the goals for coming up.
Well, this is going to be a fun year for me schedule-wise because this was the first schedule I had a chance to put together since I've been here. I really like the way our schedule layout is. We've added some tougher opponents in our non-district schedule to really get us ready for the playoffs. We're going to start the season. We'll scrimmage Shelby County again, which is another 5A school. We scrimmaged them last year. Shelby ended up being a 10-win team last year, so they were one of the top. They were ranked 10th in 5A at 1 point. So it's a good gauge for us early in the year on where we are. We'll start off the season. Our first official game is at Rock Castle. That's probably Madison Southern's biggest rival.
Yeah.
I think we're 0-19 against Rock Castle, and I couldn't think of a better way to start the season, so I called Coach Parkey and said, why don't we kick off the year against each other? So I know our team is pretty excited about that, and I like that we're going there first game. We've got to teach our kids how to play on the road if you want to make a run in the playoffs. and there's nowhere better to start than at Rockcastle for the first game.
It's always a tough one. They have a great program, and that's a good one to emulate to want to try and get to where they've been.
Exactly. After that, we'll come home against Whitley County. Whitley is they are in 5A. They are in the other district that we would play in the playoffs, so we could potentially see Whitley later. Wanted to have a crossover game because we're going to be able to look at their games, their scores, get an idea of where we fit based on our game with the other side going into the playoffs. And Whitley had a good season last year. This is going to be a tough opponent coming in here. Then the week after that, I think everybody's probably pretty excited for. We'll travel up the road here to the other team in Madison County. It's been a while since we've played each other, so we're looking forward to heading up there to play them at their place. And then Dunbar will come play us here the week after that, so we'll have 2 6A schools back-to-back there, and then we'll have a bye week before we start our district play.
Awesome. That's good. And I guess that's you might take your lumps, but it's a learning experience to go out of district, or a step up in the level, going to 6A, then you're 5A, and then you come back and get that focus for your group of teams you'll be playing.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'm not worried about us taking lumps.
Good.
We're going into those games as confident as we'll go into any, and I don't care who we're playing anymore. I mean, we played Harlan County in the playoffs last year. They're as good as any team we're going to play in 6A, 3A, top. I mean, they're one of the best programs in the state.
Yeah.
So if we're going to be able to play with them and get through them to get through our region, we're going to have to play some tough opponents is what we're looking at.
I like that attitude, and I think that's an attitude you got to have. I step on the floor, I'm going to beat you, or excuse me, I step on the field, I'm going to beat you. And, I don't care who you are. Now, if I get beat, I lose gracefully, but I learn from that. But I go in expecting to compete and win every game I play.
Yeah, and I think one thing I hope our kids have picked up real well is doesn't matter what the school is or how big it is about the product that's put on the field.
I think that's great, and you've got to teach kids that, and that's a learned attitude. That's not something you just come up, and like I said, I think you build that from the things I've seen in your program as it's grown and everything like that. I think it's going to be an exciting year. I enjoy listening to you talk. First time I've had a chance to talk with Coach Clark, but I've asked around about you a little bit through the county, so most things have been pretty positive. So I look forward to following you, and good luck in the upcoming season, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Coach. We'll be right back. We're going to talk to some seniors of the Madison Southern Eagles program, and we'll see you in a few. Madison County School Sports Television.
Have you suffered an injury? Are you playing with pain that prevents you from playing your best? Let the local team of professionals help you get back on the playing field. Our team consists of physical therapists with over 10 years of experience treating sports injuries. Many times an injury on the field or court occurs without having control of the situation. One of the most important decisions after an injury is to decide where to complete your rehabilitation. The therapists at Premier Rehab have worked with professional athletes from the NFL and Major League Baseball. So take control of your injury and choose Premier Rehab. At Premier Rehab, you will gain the advantage over your competition. Take the home field advantage and team up with Premier Rehab. Renfro's Collision, the only body shop with 2 Madison County locations, is here to serve you. At Renfro's Collision, you can look forward to the best possible repair experience. We have the latest tools, training, equipment, and technology. We have what others don't have. Why take the risk with someone else? Contact us at 369-4111 for a completely free estimate. It's your car, it's your choice. Don't let an insurance company tell you otherwise. Renfro's Paint and Collision. Thanks to our great sponsors. First Gear in downtown Richmond. Pro Signs in Southern Hills Plaza. L81. Faith Created Assembly of God Church.
All right, Chad Tate, we are back here, Madison Southern high school in the weight room. Been talking to Coach Clark. Now we're going to talk to some of the seniors. And the first one up I'm going to talk with Mr. Devontae Linville. Devontae, good to see you again.
See you too.
Know Devontae for a while. We're going to talk with him and a couple of the other guys, and we'd just like to let these guys be seen. You know, they're a big key of this team coming up. And Devontae, senior season.
Yes, sir.
I know you've played sports, been involved with it for a while. Give me just a little, you know, how long you've played football, so kind of some of your experience in this area.
I played football for about 10 years now. Transferred here my sophomore year. Stepped in my sophomore year and played quarterback. Moved to my junior year to receiver, and come back my senior year, get moved back to quarterback. So it should be a good year.
Well, and like you said, you're back at quarterback, so you got some experience. Sound like you kind of do a little bit of everything. You're willing to play, and that's good. A coach, you know, if you get you more time on the field, you can play anywhere you want to. And Devontae, I know on a personal level you had some injuries last year, battled back and forth with that. Kind of give me an update where you are with your injuries. Are you healthy? Everything feeling good, or what's the status on all that?
Yeah, last year I tore my cartilage in my left knee and battled back, and everything's good. Having no problems. Just brace it every week and move on.
Well, good. Well, I knew that I spoke with some of the family, and you know didn't know if you were even going to get to play again. I know, so that is a great accomplishment, a miracle. We're glad to have you there. Coach Clark mentioned a lot of guys coming back. You're feeling pretty comfortable, got stronger in the weight room, got a tough schedule. What are some of your expectations for the season, and where do you see you being here in a few months?
We're looking really good this year. We have a lot of young guys stepping up to fill the spots our seniors did last year. Our seniors were a huge part of the team last year, and this year, our seniors this year are trying to learn how to lead, filling the big shoes of last year's seniors left. And we're looking to go all the way this year. We're looking really good.
That's great. Well, I know, like I said, the Rockcastle game will be a tough one down there. I saw a young man coming in. He made a point on the board. He's marking down the days, so I know you guys are ready. Well, you know, we look forward to seeing you have big things coming up, and we would definitely hope the best to you and stay healthy, and good to talk to you. All right. We'll be back in a few minutes. Your school sports, Madison County School Sports Television. We'll have another one of these seniors up here.
Make the most of your trip to the Red River Gorge in Kentucky with scenic cabin rentals, or delight in the mountainside beauty of the Daniel Boone National Forest. Whether you are planning a long vacation or just looking for a few days away from it all, check out ScenicCabin.com. Our rental cabins and lodge are located close to the Red River Gorge and Natural Bridge Resort State Park. Family reunions, corporate retreats, weddings, and other large groups are very welcome. Cabins are available for small groups of 2 to 6 or large groups up to 15. All of our cabins are modern with city water, satellite TV, paved roads, full-service kitchens, modern bathrooms and showers, decks, grills, and outdoor fire pits. Many have hot tubs and game rooms or gaming tables like pool or ping pong, foosball, and air hockey. A few have internet. Visit ScenicCabin.com online or check us out on our Facebook page. ScenicCabin.com. Shouldn't you start planning that relaxing mountain getaway now?
Sickline Age Guitar Parts, now at Davenport Custom Guitars, right here in Richmond at 807 East Main Street. Check them out now. Go where the professionals go. Alcohol kills a career. Alcohol is the leading cause of death among youth. Stay in the game. 24 hours, 7 days a week, 24/7, MadisonCountySchoolSports.com. Thanks to our great sponsors, State Farm Insurance, Jerry Goble in Richmond, Luxury Pet Service in Richmond, Renfro's Paint and Collision in Richmond and Berea, Eastside Community Church, Richmond, Premier Home Care and Premier Rehab, Guardian Bank, Hopper's Jewelry, Richmond, Davenport Custom Guitars, Richmond, WKYT.com, Berea Online, Richmond Tourism, and the Richmond Chamber of Commerce. Davenport Custom Guitars. Get them to build you a great custom Telecaster or Stratocaster. Davenport Custom Guitars at 807 East Main Street, right here in Richmond. Go where the professionals go. Davenport Custom Guitars. Hey everybody, be a friend of Madison County School Sports Television on Facebook. MCS TV on Facebook. Log on and like us now.
All right, fans, we're back again. Madison Southern High School. We're talking to another senior for the 2013 Madison Southern Eagles. We've got Mr. Austin Sipple. Austin,
yes, sir.
Good to see you.
Yes,
Glad
sir.
to have you on here. Austin is a senior for the Eagles, and Austin, I know, comes from a long line. His family plays a lot of football. His dad was in school when I was and was a good player, but I think Austin, he told me he can handle his dad pretty easy, so I don't know.
Oh,
but,
yeah, I think.
But Austin, again, coming into your senior season, you've been here under Coach Clark a few years. You all have gained some success, but I know you want to continue to improve on that. Give me a little background on your football career and some of your happenings and how you got to this point.
I mean, I've been playing football for about roughly 8 to 10 years. And I played middle school at Foley. Played all 3 years there. Started center, and I played some defense and middle linebacker. And I came here, didn't play my freshman year just because of some of the situations here. When Coach Clark came sophomore year, I came in sophomore year, had an injury that put me out that season. So I came back my junior year hoping to regain that strength, and I started center and played center and trying to build that up and hoping this year to have a great season.
Now this year, are your positions? Are you going to play both sides of the ball, or where is your main?
Well, I'm playing center right now. They have me playing some defensive tackle, but I might get in there,
Okay.
10 plays a game just to give those guys a break if they have to.
Great.
Just when we come on both sides of the ball, they've been in the field a lot,
Right. Well, that's good. And where you can, and we've talked to Devontae, got another senior to talk to, but kind of the same theme. You've kind of had some hard times, but you all come back.
Yeah.
Feel pretty comfortable this season. Do you have any extra thoughts about the upcoming season, excitements, or where you want to see you guys develop as you go throughout the season?
Well, I mean, we're excited to play Rockcastle. I mean, 0-19. That's something that's been on all our minds, I think. So
be a good streak to
beat
break.
them, yeah, and definitely Madison Central. We want to play them. We've been, it's kind of like we played them for 3 years ago. And we played these guys all through Clark Moore's and we were in Foley, and we want to beat them. We want to win.
Good. Well, that's good. Now, as far as finish the season, and then going into after that, do you have what do you want to look for after you graduate? Have you got any ideas what you want to do after graduation, or just see how it goes?
Not really. Yeah, I kind of want to see how it goes. I want to finish out my senior year and see where it takes me, and if it's something I might not want to do, I might want to do. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll see where that takes me on in the future.
Good. Now, you got a lot of young guys coming up. You have any problem take care of those young guys, letting them know what the road needs to be traveled? Do you keep them in line?
Yeah, sometimes you got to put your foot down, and tell them what to do. Especially young guys like Jordan Thompson and them and Hutch stepping up and playing some offensive line beside of you, where you're a senior and they're a freshman going to be a sophomore. Sometimes you got to carry them along and bring them along with you and keep them on the same track you are.
Well, that's good. Kind of a coach on the field and in the huddle. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, Austin, appreciate you talking with us. We definitely look forward for the upcoming season.
Yes,
good luck. Good things
sir.
to come.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we'll take a break and be back in a minute.
Have you suffered an injury? Are you playing with pain that prevents you from playing your best? Let the local team of professionals help you get back on the playing field. Our team consists of physical therapists with over 10 years of experience treating sports injuries. Many times an injury on the field or court occurs without having control of the situation. One of the most important decisions after an injury is to decide where to complete your rehabilitation. The therapists at Premier Rehab have worked with professional athletes from the NFL and Major League Baseball. So take control of your injury and choose Premier Rehab. At Premier Rehab, you will gain the advantage over your competition. Take the home field advantage and team up with Premier Rehab. Want sports cards and memorabilia? The best little card shop in Richmond.
All right, we are back. Madison Southern High School in the locker room, or the weight room, excuse me, Madison Southern Eagles. Chad Tate, getting ready to talk to another one of the seniors here for the upcoming 2013 season for the Eagles. Madison County School Sports Television I'm working with, and I have Mr. Tyler Hagan. Tyler, Chad Tate, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Tyler's a senior on this 2013 program and one of the keys for the upcoming season. And Tyler, let me just start off something. You know, your experience playing football and what you've done over the years, and just kind of give me a little bit about yourself and the football.
I've been playing football for about 10 years.
Okay.
I've done many more sports, and I played football in the Berea Youth League and worked myself up to be the best I could be through middle school and high school. I've started all 4 years of my high school career, and I played linebacker and running back, and hopefully this year.
Okay. Well, as you come into your senior season, you say linebacker. Will you be playing both sides, as I say, both sides of the ball this year, or what is going to be kind of your responsibilities this year on the field?
I believe so. I'll be playing both sides of the football. I'll be starting linebacker, and hopefully work my way up on running back, the depth chart.
Okay.
And yeah.
Do you have a preference of the two? Do you like the defensive side of the ball better, or offense? What do you like to do?
I base myself around defense, but I'm starting to really like the offensive side of the ball. And
gotcha. Well, as a senior, you've got some responsibilities. I've talked to Mr. Sipple about it, taking care of the younger guys, and I've talked to Devontae and talked to Mr. Sipple. You know, different personalities are always throughout a team, dynamics. Are you a guy that, you know, those younger guys kind of slacking off? Are you going to let them know, straighten them out?
I'm not a vocal leader.
Okay.
I'm more of a show, I guess.
Get a little extra lick on them in that play. Well, that's good. You got to have both sides. Not everybody can be a vocal guy on that.
Exactly.
Okay, you coming into this program, or excuse me, the campaign for 2013, got some big games. Everybody's talked about the first game against Rockcastle. Do you have any, what are some of your team goals and maybe some of your individual goals coming into this season?
Like any other team, our goals are to win state. We're going to start steps, district, regional, then work our way up to state. And win all our rivals, all district teams, keep all the points under 14 points, and we'll all get those W's.
Okay, all right. Now, on a personal note, again, I guess, is it just you want to be, what do you want to do to help the team, or what do you have for personal goals for you?
I'm hoping to break my own personal records, and
well, that's good. Hey, just you want, you know, and that's what we want to do, have the success. How's it been? So were you here in the program before Coach Clark took over? Were you here for you? Okay. Has that been, have you seen yourself physically get stronger with, I know he talked about the weight program. Have you seen it better you as a physical and football player?
Yes, I've seen myself grow from being physically and mentally.
Great.
And build myself as a player.
Well, good. Well, Tyler, good to talk with you. Look for big things from you, and we'll be seeing you more on Madison County School Sports Television. Again, Chad Tate finished up with the seniors here at Madison Southern, and thank you for this program, and we'll see you in the fall.
You're watching Your School Sports on Madison County School Sports Television. You're watching your school sports on Madison County School Sports Television. This has been a production of Madison County School Sports Television. If you'd like to become a sponsor of high school sports, please visit our Facebook page at MCS TV or visit us online at MadisonCountySchoolSports.com.
Shouldn't you really be playing a Davenport custom guitar?
Be sure and visit DavenportCustomGuitars.com.
Have you suffered an injury? Are you playing with pain that prevents you from playing your best? Let the local team of professionals help you get back on the playing field. Our team consists of physical therapists with over 10 years of experience treating sports injuries. Many times an injury on the field or court occurs without having control of the situation. One of the most important decisions after an injury is to decide where to complete your rehabilitation. The therapists at Premier Rehab have worked with professional athletes from the NFL and Major League Baseball. So take control of your injury and choose Premier Rehab. At Premier Rehab, you will gain the advantage over your competition. Take the home field advantage and team up with Premier Rehab.
Hi, I'm David Sullivan. In the years traveling with ESPN and covering sports around the country, one of my biggest concerns was that my dogs were well cared for. Well, here at Luxury Pets, you can feel very comfortable your animals and pets are being cared for.
Well, thank you, David. You know, Luxury Pet Services is the home for happy dogs.
Luxury Pet Services is located about 3 minutes from Richmond Center. Visit our website or Facebook us. Luxury Pet Services, the home for happy dogs.
Hey everybody, I'm Jerry Goebel, local State Farm Insurance agent in Richmond, Kentucky, and a proud supporter of Madison County High School sports. Stop in and see us and get your discount double check.